Hi, welcome to the Red Booth Show. I'm Kimberly, and Happy New Year, everybody. We have the band, the Augments Project, on the show tonight, and we have Frankie and Johnny from the band. And we talk about their new music that's coming out and a lot more. So come and join us.
Ladies first.
Hello, how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So this is Johnny Young and Frankie Sil of the Augments Project. So cool of you guys to stop by today.
Well, thank you for having us.
How was your New Year's?
Oh. Well.
You're still alive, so that's
Yeah.
good. You made it?
Yeah,
Yes.
made it. Definitely made it.
Anyway, so I know you guys have some new music coming out this year.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We're working on a new EP right now. We actually started working on it right around Halloween last year, and should be out within the next few months.
Is it similar to the song that you guys put out, your first single that came out just in the end of last year, right?
Yeah, we released the Awaken EP just before summer last year. Yeah, you can get it on iTunes or go to Facebook or YouTube. It's out there. You can just type in the Augments Project into Google. Yeah, you'll find it.
Cool.
But we released it last summer and have been kind of honing our sound in a little bit more and trying to get things a little bit more consistent for what we feel is a better picture of what we want this to be or what this is. So with the newer material, it's going to be a little bit more heavy, a little bit more melodic, a little bit more groovy. Definitely.
Instead of more of the thrasher type sound.
Yeah, I mean
I like the sound though.
We like it too. Thank you. With the sound where we're at, we kind of just want to make sure that we're showing that we can diversify as musicians and as the group. I mean, we can do 250 beats per minute just as easy as we can do 130. So we're gonna just diversify and play what feels right.
I don't know what you would call this, thrash metal, or some people call it death metal. It's not really death metal, but
Yeah, we've been kind of coining the term.
Many subgenres to everything.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just metal,
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely metal. We've been
hard rock, or
yeah.
call it.
We've been kind of coining it as a synth-soaked anthem metal. Something you can sing along to, but it's still got groove and it's still got guitars and blazing distortion and double kick every now and then.
Nice. And then you got a bunch of other members in the band they're not able to be here today, but you have, I think, 5 members, right?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and introduce them to
So there's Jimmy Trigger. He's our Irish potato of a singer, which he's gonna kill me for saying that. But no, Jimmy's great. He's actually one of the most inspiring and hardworking vocalists I've ever had the pleasure of being able to work with.
Yeah.
He is
One take wonder.
Yeah, and he gives you 100% every time, and he's a son of a bitch to work with, I tell you. But he's amazing. If you can open yourself up and open your mind up to more than just one idea, he can show you a million different ways to do the same thing and make it sound awesome each time. So it's really a pleasure working with him, and the energy between him and our synth player Matt. They both kind of duel with
That's the keyboardist, right?
Yeah, synth player. But yeah, he handles all of our synth and keyboard sounds, and he's an amazing vocalist as well, and he's insane on stage. Like there's several times we've been playing together, and I'll kind of just be standing there minding my own business and get knocked over just because he's kind of just running around doing his thing, which is awesome, but it can be a little intimidating. But there's Matt, and then we got Josh Alves. He's an amazing drummer. He's done everything from rock to blues to jazz to death metal. I mean, when I initially met him, I was working at a place called Bandigo, which rents tour vehicles for musicians.
Right.
And he was coming through with this, I don't remember the name of the band, but they were like a death metal band, and he handed me the disc, and I popped in, and I was like, Jesus, this kid's gnarly. And a couple of years later, we're working together, so we've got a good lineup. And then, of course, Frankie, his work with Static X and Davey Suicide and all the other bands that he's worked with, is just the lineup's consistently surprising me every day. And it's just a pleasure to work with everybody. It really is.
What a great combination. And I know you also do some vocals too, right?
Yes, I do. I back up Mr. Trigger on stage.
That's cool.
What it represents is augmenting your life, do something different each day to make it better.
I was going to ask what
We're all
that was
about,
based
like,
on.
positiveness and just energy and everything like that. So
Although,
it needs to be.
although sometimes we do mistake our own band name for the Augments Project.
The Augments Project.
It's like being married, right? That's what I've heard. It's like
Yeah.
having like a five member band. You have to all agree on everything and like
Everyone's like, yeah, there's 5 cooks in the kitchen. That's too many, and we have 5 chefs in the kitchen. So
yeah.
it's not too many. It's actually really good. 'Cause
Yeah.
Everybody has great ideas.
Right.
It's just, what's the greatest idea? You know, what's gonna fit this song the best?
Yeah.
That's that, and we don't know because we're the creators. We don't, you know, it's like somebody might you stick 5 people in a room that aren't in music, you know, and they listen to if everybody did their own way of doing that song in the band, one person maybe in that group would like, oh, that version's better. Well, that version's better. You know, it's like you really don't know. So we don't really know either. We just kind of go with it and
Until we feel we've got it right.
until we got it right flow. Yes.
Until everybody kind of feels like it's good.
I don't think we can do much more on this to where we would all agree on it. I think this is pretty good here. Okay, let's move on to the next
Yeah.
one.
You got to kind of do it fast too. Well, you know, it's like, oh man, 4 more hours of work. Yeah.
Well, now we've got the new year coming up. We've got 2016, and you guys are going to be having your album come out.
Yeah, we're going to work on the second EP release. Like I said, that's going to be within the first few months of the new year.
Yeah, sorry, it's an EP, so it only has how many songs are going to be on it?
5, 6, something
5,
like that.
6, somewhere along the lines. It's with everything right now, it makes more sense for us to just keep everybody in a loop instead of giving 12 songs, 13 songs, and being like, cool, we'll see you next year. Nah, we're going to have us a different sound in 6 months. So have what we've got right now and
I've
see you
been
again.
seeing a lot of that lately with a lot of musicians. They're just kind of like not having to stick to the format of the original, record, I guess
Yeah,
you could
it's more
say.
of a singles market now, I think, nowadays, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like people focus on one song rather than 12. They don't want to hear the whole story now. They'd rather just listen to the
Well,
plot,
they-
it's a summary of the entire plot on
Well,
one song.
they might miss it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
So it's
that's-
cool if you release it like that.
That was cool about buying albums when you get the artwork and you listen to you
Oh my
know what
God.
the artist
Yeah.
was thinking when they were at that time. You know, it's like a lot of things happen in the world, so we have to touch on all of them. And that's what music is, I think, as far as an album goes. When you get one song out of the entire concept of that time period of that band, you're not really getting it. You're just like, no, that's cool. I like that band.
That's true.
Well, why do you like them? I don't know. They say the F word 6 times. It's just like, whatever.
Work for Slipknot.
No, the first record was amazing.
Yeah.
And listen to that first record compared to even Iowa, it's completely different.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they evolved. Actually, one of my favorite bands to date.
Everybody
is still,
evolves.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
you should look at it. Watch the evolution of the bands.
One of my
Buy the
favorite
records.
bands to
Buy
date
the
is-
records.
Yeah.
Actually, more people are doing actual vinyl records too, as
Yeah,
well.
vinyls come back in a
Yeah.
big way.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of vinyl sales lately. Everybody buying vinyl. Like, I barely have an MP3 player. Come on.
That's all. Yeah, it's weird though. It's like, oh, I got this 9 Inch Nails vinyl. It's like, okay. It's a digital sound on a vinyl record.
That's true. That's true.
It makes no sense. Whatever.
Well, you were going to say that one of your favorite bands was.
Korn, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually put a huge influence on me throughout my playing because with the exception of the first 2 records, they've never released the same album twice. And they've still managed to not only remain current and be a band that can go and still play in front of new faces and new kids to this day. Even. I mean, you go see Korn play live, like a whole new generation of fans for them.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's inspiring to me because they evolved, they grow, and they still maintain being the element that they are. And that's what my hope is with this, that we can do
For
the
sure.
same thing. We can evolve and grow and maintain who we are. I guess that's what everybody's trying to do, but
That's cool. Well, yeah, because everybody is changing, and you're changing your styles, and changing how you want to communicate and what, your, I guess, message is even.
Right.
So,
A new message every single time,
yeah. Oh, I think we should show everybody your music video so they can get a feel for you guys. And also, quite impressively, you guys, I think, have only been around together for about 6 months at this point, and this music video has already been seen like almost 50,000 times or something. Isn't that
Something
right?
like
Yeah, something like that. It's a
Something like
little
that.
over 40.
So that's quite a lot. That's quite a lot of views on YouTube, and that's very impressive, guys. So
Thank you.
here's the music
Have a
video.
look.
Okay, guys, that's awesome. I love it. It's a great
Thank you.
video, great song. How did you come up with the video?
Actually, the video, the lunatic behind that one was Jimmy Trigger and Brian Cox. That little duo together created the video. Jimmy, I mean, when we first started working on this, was the first song that we did as a group. This was the first song that was written for this. This was the first song that I came to everybody with, like, hey, I got this idea. What do you think? And they're like, wow, okay, I kind of see this. It's a little bit of molding, and then it turned into what it is now. And so Jimmy had the idea, the treatment for the video to kind of portray what it's like just being somebody going day to day, in and out of your life, your job, your relationships with people, whatever it is. And it just all seems like white noise. And every one of us, whether it's religion or politics or music or anything, we're always searching for something else, some greater or higher purpose in life to validate our own existence. It's the ultimate search. It's
American way.
yeah, well, it's not even that. It's the way of human nature. We're
Yeah,
trying to
human
figure
nature.
out what and who we are. So in that, there's symbols that we use in life to kind of lead our path. And the idea that I think Jimmy was trying to get across with the video was whether it's whether it's religious based or spiritually based or just positively based out of nothing. It doesn't matter who you are. we're all searching for something, and we're unified in that as a human species, and that's what our symbol is in this video. It's that endless search for what makes us tick, and kind of the path and journey along finding it.
That's amazing. And the lyrics, I think, kind of go along with that too. Tell us some of the lyrics from the song.
So the chorus is the chorus lyric is take this noose around my neck that binds me to my life's regret and let me watch it burn. So that line for me is always one that, like, when I first saw him write it down and like understood it, I was just like, you know what? Yeah, because I mean, we've all got stuff that, whether it's happened good or bad, we've got stuff that just, it weighs on our shoulders. Like, whether it's a mistake that you made, or, you know, somebody passing, or something that went wrong, just in any way, shape, or form. The greatest feeling is when you can finally let that go and just move forward from it. So yeah, the things that bind me to all the regret that I've had, just, yeah, let me watch it burn. So when that line in particular has always stood out to me.
That's really cool. Because I think also because people are going to, they might hear like, oh, they're talking about nooses and like all that stuff, but that's not what your message is.
The first impression.
It sounded like my mom. Like on the records I used to listen to. What are you listening to? Oh, that's not. He don't even know what he's talking about. Like,
I heard the word noose.
yeah.
I don't like it. Yeah.
They're devil worshippers.
I mean, with the whole concept of everything that we touch on, and Jimmy in particular, Jimmy's
the singer, right?
Yeah, Jimmy's, I mean, he's Irish, so he's already crazy.
Hey, I'm half Irish.
Yeah, he's full Irish. Like I said, he's gonna kill me for saying.
He's gonna go look at
Be
this.
proud,
He's gonna
Jimmy.
watch this.
Be
He's gonna
proud.
be like, that's
High
100%.
five. High five, Jimmy.
He's gonna look at this and go, that's 100% not what that song's about.
Yeah, more likely.
No.
More likely, but no, but like, I mean, he's very. You don't see it on the surface. He's
very passionate.
But he is extremely passionate, and he will fight tooth and nail for every word that he puts in there. So I know that the message that he may be trying to get across, I may not interpret every way the same way, but I know that the message that he's always been sending out has been one of positivity and strength. He lives by it. It's a thing that he's got going. It's PMMA, positive mental mother effing attitude. So
I love that.
That's his thing, and
He needs
I mean,
to put that on like a shirt. Or
he
something.
does.
He does?
He's got shirts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go.
He's got shirts. But I mean, that's one of the things that stood out when I met Jimmy. I had heard about his old band Censura, and they were from Ireland. They're awesome. I was just like, well, I've not heard about this.
Irish rock, Irish heavy metal.
Like Irish metal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like good. Yeah, really good. And I don't really know what happened. Never really asked. I was like, okay, you're just not in that. You know, you're here. And he was working with Meeks and Mikey from Cold Chamber with his band We Are the Riot, and you know, Shane and Andy and everybody that's in the band, they're all great. And I had got to see Jimmy perform, and I was like, wow, this guy's got a great voice, but it seems like he's got so much more to be able to offer vocally, not just the rock stuff. I mean, he's got the widest range of any singer I've worked with.
He's classically trained.
He's like an opera singer.
Yeah,
Probably,
he was.
I've never heard it, but I'm sure. Let's try it. Let's do it on the next EP.
Oh boy. But yeah, so when I first met him, like on the surface, he just looks like this totally metal dude. Like he's tattooed all the way up to his neck. He's got his hair's like shaved on the sides. He's got these long dreads. I even was talking about dreading mine eventually, and he just kind of looked at me and gave me this shameful, like, you do not deserve that. You have not earned that. Don't even try it. I'm just like, yeah, you're probably right. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. But I mean, he's got so much passion behind everything that he does, everything he touches, and one of the things that we connect on is he's got PMMA, where is even tattooed on my knuckles. My family always taught me that, you know, anybody can stand up when they do something good and take credit for it, but it takes strength, determination, respect, and honor to get up and do something after you've fallen down, you've made the mistake, and that is what leads me in my own life to go forward. You know, because I'm far from perfect. I'm not even remotely close to it. I make more mistakes than anybody I know, but I keep going and keep trying. And that's really where he and I connected the most as musicians, because that takes more than just courage. It takes internal happiness, and that's ultimately what the five of us have. There may be moments of turmoil in each one of our lives, but we connect on the same level of knowing that we've got something to offer that's positive.
That's really, really cool. I think people need to think about that a lot because you might hear this genre of music and automatically think like that it's negative and it's, it's just so misunderstood, I guess. So
Metal's the redheaded stepchild of the music industry.
Yes, it is. And the key words for that were internal happiness. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Internal happiness.
right, because it only comes from yourself.
Exactly.
And it's not going to come from anybody else. That's the truth. Like I was in an 8-year relationship that I came out of as just a mess, and I did everything wrong in it. And at the end of it, like looking back, I wasn't happy, and so it was never going to work. And it just kind of clicked one day that those words right there, I'm not happy, it's not going to work. Apply that to anything, your job, relationship with friends, relationships with people, anything. If you're not happy, it's not going to work. So if you're doing something and you're not happy doing it, stop. Just stop. End it then. That way you no longer have that negative influence on your life. Because all it does is make you unhappy, then you make the person next to you unhappy, and so on and so forth. And it's just a nasty chain of bad.
We've messed up so many times. We have albums worth of material. Albums worth. Many, many albums worth.
Oh yeah.
Yet to be released.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yet to be released.
Stories to be told.
Well, I'm really looking forward to hearing the new album or the new EP,
EP.
and the rest of the music that you guys are going to be coming out with in 2016. Hopefully you have another music video for us coming. Is there one of the songs?
We are working on one.
Okay.
Nothing said out loud yet, but we're hoping we're going to be able to snag a little bit more of Brian's time and pick a little bit more of Jimmy's brain and see what we can come up with.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you guys also a part of writing the songs too?
Oh
Together?
yeah, that's
we all- that's
we
what we do.
we self-produce
Yeah.
everything, so that's
Yeah.
why it takes a little bit longer, because independently Jimmy does production on his own. Frankie's done records with his previous bands. I've done records with my previous bands. Same thing with Matt and Josh.
So you guys are all producers too.
Essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Amazing.
Everybody does everything. Everybody can do everything. I think that's why we he handpicked everybody. You know, it's like only because I think you have to. It's like that's one thing that's missing with music. It's like a lot of these bands that are out there. It's like one guy or two guys, or no guys, or somebody else is just writing the songs for them, and it's like, well, that's why I think everything sounds the same. It's like I don't know. I'm still figuring this out, but you know, you have a synth guy like Matt in the band who's very, very good at what he does, and it's like if it was just two guys and Matt wasn't a part of that, you wouldn't get that sound that he creates.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get my parts that I create.
Yeah.
You just get pretty much like a dun dun dun, and that's be it. Like everybody else is very steady bass line. I like to work around everybody. I like to accent Jimmy's vocals, accent his guitar, accent the kick drum, accent the synths, whatever sounds best for that song. So it's like, if you don't have everybody doing their own thing within creating the one thing, I just think that doesn't work.
Right.
It's only two ideas. What about and then you got three other guys in the band. They're like, well, I didn't write it. Why am I not? I don't want to be attached to this anymore.
Yeah,
And
then
then
they
you
break
have-
up. Yeah.
and then
Member
break up,
switches
and
all the
then
time.
member changes,
And then people don't like change. People, even though you have to adapt to it, the only thing I know is everything changes. But with bands just switching constantly, you're like, who's on stage now? I just saw him last week.
Well, that's why it's so cool that you guys obviously have like this special connection between
Yeah.
all of you, and that's what will make really good music. And you can
Exactly.
always tell that difference. I think you can
Yeah.
always tell that.
We're not set on
So-
like one genre. We're just this is what happened first, and then
Yeah.
many different ideas coming. So
Cool.
we explore all options. This is not intended to be any one thing. It's
this is our art.
Yeah.
It's art. You
Yes.
can't judge art. You can, but it's like
No.
you can't. Really, it's art.
Yeah. Well, it's beautiful. I love it.
Thank you.
Glad you
and
do.
yes, thank you guys for coming on the show and
thank you for having us.
telling your stories. And I look forward to keeping track of everything else that's coming up.
Absolutely.
So, guys, you should definitely go check them out. You want to shout out for your website or whatever?
Yes. So we have our website. It's coming. It's just being developed right now. But for the time being, you can catch us on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/The Augments Project. You can Google search The Augments Project, and you're going to get YouTube, Instagram, I think we have a Tumblr. Do we have a Tumblr?
It's everything.
We've got
everything.
The Augments Project.
Yeah, just search it.
Just
you'll
go
find
and
us.
find it. Yeah.
Look for one of these ugly mugs and you'll find
Well, the
us.
first no search engine.
And go and buy their single, right?
Yeah. You can buy the full EP on iTunes. Like I said, search the Augments Project.
Cool.
Or the music video should be up there to watch too. So go to YouTube, check that out, and we'll be loading up video playthroughs of me and him running the songs. So for you guys that are musicians out there that want to know how to play anything, let us know. Send us a message if you want to check out the parts or see what Josh is doing or what Frankie's doing or what Matt's doing. Just let us know. We'll be happy to show you.
Awesome, and I was happy to get to play your music video on my TV show for the first time ever.
Yeah, thank you for playing it.
All right, and Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, Happy New Year.